What's up, all you gamers out there? Welcome back for another Mythic Heroes video. I'm Galaxus. Thanks for tuning in, guys. What we're going to be doing today is talking about AoE heroes. What heroes in the game are AoE? If you guys are doing Yggdrasil well, that is one that you're going to need AoE heroes for. And, I know that I went and I looked around. I was like, man, there's not a lot of information specifically saying this is an AoE hero when you look around in forums and different things, even if you look online. So I figured I'd do this and kind of be helpful to those out there that are trying to figure out which heroes will be good to use for this. So let's just go ahead and talk about them real quick. Let's go down the line. I have everything laid out here, I think, in order of ones that I think would be the first go-to ones that you would try and go for. And me personally, Tamamo no Mai is going to be the first one that I'm going to go to. She has an AoE on her flower dance skill. She does damage to all in her path as she moves across the battlefield, and that is an AoE, area of effect. And she's very, very effective. A super beastie hero out there on the field. Okay, so now let's move on to another AoE hero, Izanami. Izanami has AoE on her ultimate that blasts enemies with the breath of death for massive damage. She also has the active skill Life Drain that marks enemies and then does global damage to those who are marked. I mean, it's pretty beastie and definitely a really effective AoE. All right, so let's keep on moving on. Who would be another AoE hero? GM. Ganjang and Moi. GM has an OE on their ultimate that causes immense damage to all enemies on a global scale. And they can often destroy all enemies on the battlefield with the powerful AoE. It's just like boom, comes down and there's not much you can do about it. I mean, absolute death. All right, so let's keep on moving on. Who would be another AoE hero? Another AoE hero is Artemis. Artemis has an AoE on her ultimate that targets a specific area and deals damage to random targets in that area, as well as an AoE on her Moonlit Arrow skill that hits her target and all nearby targets. Pretty effective, and she is a straight up beast. A lot of people overlook her, but she is a staple of many people's teams. So there you go. She is a great AoE hero. All right, so now moving on. Who's going to be another AoE hero that you could use? Zeus. Zeus has AoE on both his ultimate and his active skill Lightning Chain. And I mean, he is very effective. One of the strongest heroes in the game, but he kind of doesn't scale up. He kind of just stays strong. And that's probably what you expect. He is like the father of a lot of these gods anyway, right? All right, so let's move right along. We're going on to Flora. Flora, surprisingly, a lot of people don't think of her as AoE, but Flora has an AoE on her ultimate that targets all enemies globally. Doesn't matter where they are. And her active skill, Drifting Petals, causes petals to bounce around to targets up to 4 times and do damage to targets each time it bounces. So kind of covers the whole entire area, and definitely a great AoE hero to use. All right, moving on. We're going to be talking about Lucifer. Lucifer has an AoE damage on his ultimate. It's a global, hits all enemies and knocks them back. His passive allows him to do AoE damage with his sword, causing 50% damage to all nearby enemies. And his active Fallen Stars allows him to do a nice amount of damage to random enemies. So he hits hard. He's a nice AoE hero and go-to hero if you have him and you need to use him in AoE mode. All right, let's go ahead and move right along. We are looking at Dionysus, and he has an AoE on his active skill, Mist of Wine, that causes enemies affected by the skill to lose accuracy for a period of time. So it's really effective. It's an AoE, area of effect, and definitely can help. I don't really know if you want to use him in the Yggdrasil, but definitely a really good AoE hero. All right, we're going to go ahead and keep moving on. Who is another AoE hero that you don't really think of? Somebody that a lot of people use but don't really think of AoE. Athena. Athena has a small AoE on her active skill Victorious Pierce, which causes nice damage to enemies in a small area directly in front of her. But, it's not super effective, so may not be who you want to go to for AoE modes, but definitely an AoE hero. All right, so let's keep it moving. Who is going to be another AoE hero? We got a couple more AoE heroes. Oberon. Oberon has AoE on his ultimate that targets enemies along a path where he has thrown his blade and then causes damage over a specified amount of time to all in a small area around where his weapon landed. So he has a nice little AoE. It definitely can be effective at draining and bringing down the enemy heroes, and not somebody that you really think of as an AoE hero. But Oberon can provide you with some AoE. Okay, next AoE hero. Who do you think this is going to be? We got a couple more to go through. Our next AoE hero, Hades. Hades has an AoE effect on his passive skill Life Top that affects all enemies on a global scale and can effectively drain the enemy's HP in combination with the rest of his team doing damage. Hades' AoE is a global AoE, and that's definitely effective. So if you guys need to, you can rely on Hades. All right, let's go ahead and keep it moving. We got a couple more to go through, and then we're going to wrap the video up. All right, so now we are on to Persephone. Where is Persephone at? She's hidden. There she goes. Persephone has an AoE debuff. It reduces health recovery and dispels enemy buffs. She's a really great debuffing hero. Good to take them down and be able to drain those guys' ability to be able to heal themselves, and just very effective. So Persephone has an AoE, and you can consider her an AoE hero if you need to use her in certain modes. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next one here. We have Medusa. All right, where's Medusa at? There she is. Medusa has an AoE physical attack through her auto attack. That is very, very powerful. People don't really think of it, but her auto attack is very powerful. So if you need to go to another AoE physical attack, Medusa is going to be the one you can go ahead and go to. We're ready to ascend her too as well. All right, so now we're on to our very last AoE hero. All right, and it's going to be Cleopatra. Cleopatra has an AoE on her ultimate, and her active skill, Crypt Cobra, targets random targets and does a nice amount of damage. And so there you go. There's several AoE heroes that you can use, and I figured I would go ahead and do the list because I know a lot of people are stuck when it comes to the Yggdrasil well, and they're just trying to figure out, okay, who do I have that's even AoE? And so there you go. I did a video for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up, leave a like, get subscribed, come back, check out some more videos. Guys, keep on grinding. I'll catch you guys next time. I'm out of here.